Return for credits. All right, let's say you want to have a return for credit. You would click on New Sale. Salesperson. We'll use the source from Castlemaine. All right, he wants to return something. Assume that he wants to return a BLI 910, and you've ascertained, because he's giving you the invoice number of which one he originally purchased it at, that it's this one here, or rather than this one down here. But you have to figure that out by looking at the invoice date to match it. Once you determine when he bought, you select it, add selected to the invoice, and then we take when he bought it. So we click on last sold, and we say we agreed that he bought it at, say, January 20th. That's when we say we bought it. We double click here. If you notice, watch the price here. If you see up here, the price says $43. When I highlight this and click here, it changes it to the price he previously paid, because he's returning something he paid $18.03 for, so we don't want to give him back any more money, and we certainly don't want to give him what his current cost is as well, because you get that in a refund. So we make a -1 because this is a return. And let's say for him, we're giving him a restock charge because this is just something he just doesn't need for stock, and we've decided to let him bring it back. It's within 30 days, so we're being nice to him. So restock, and we're going to give him a little charge for that because that's important. 1. Now to calculate what the 20% would be of this number, highlight that price, click the discount, type in here 20%. Right here is your discount, $361. Click cancel because you don't want to change there. Enter $361 here, and now we have our restock charge. Also ensure at the same time that this customer is PST exempt. Don't just assume because it's not showing up. Make sure that that shows up on your sheet at all times. Then we're going to go into the comments tab because we want to select from these drop-down lists and make a note that it's a return for credit, and then you'll see the information that needs to be filled in. Invoice number, date, when it was purchased, if it's within 7 days or 30 days, was it a 20% restocking fee charged, was it a 20% restocking fee charged, and the reason for the return for credit. They didn't need the item, they're not happy with the product, they purchased at a lower price from competition, or whatever else, and then have your manager look at it, and let's put your manager's name in there. And this has to be done because he has to have it, because this is who we look to for who authorized this credit. Because you know, as regular staff, if you're not a manager, assistant manager, you need authorization to do a return for credit from someone else. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the lookup word, and you're going to double click return for credit. And this allows us to track our return for credit so that we can evaluate them for future use. When those two things are done, you're going to go back here, and you're going to go to the invoice, and you're going to change it to, this is an accounts company, so we give them accounts receivable, because we never give back cash to a company that has an account. If they pay on account, they get credit on account. We never give people walking in the door cash. They only get it as a credit, and later on they can determine if they want to have something after that, but we normally want them to buy something else instead. So we do that. If you want to just know where you get your dates, it's obviously here from the last sold, so that's where you get your invoice number, that's your date, and those are what you're putting in the comment section right here, invoice number and date, and then you're answering these questions with a yes or a no, so it's either a Y or an N, all the way down, and then here you can put whatever it is. Not happy with the product, an X, and then you go, you can exit when you've done, print it, give him a copy, and you exit, and it's done. And when you look at it now, when we see it, we click on here, and now we see all the information we need to see to find out what this product was without having to phone anybody or ask anybody, and that's the main reason why. And that is a return for credit.